Just clearing the winter out of my throat, baby. Be gone. Be gone, snow. Be gone, ice. Or hail. Dude, what is hail? It's like Italian snow or whatever. I mean, that shit just fucks you up. It's like Memphis snow. It's like, it's definitely, I got to look that up. What is hail? Because sometimes it's like you're relaxing, it's raining, and then the rain's like, oh yeah, guess what, motherfucker? And it just fucking shows up. And it just starts like pinging off your car, bouncing off your wife's shoulders and shit. It's bouncing off your stepson or whatever, and it makes you care about him. Hail is just, yeah, we got to look into that and see what they're doing. They're probably charging us for it. You know, we're probably getting charged for that, I'm sure. Welcome to the episode. Happy springtime to everybody. Good to be here with you today. What's happening? Oh, I'll tell you. Dude, I went to a little chili cook-off around me. And, you know, I'm lying. Chili is always, it's suspect. Chili is a suspect soup, really. That's what it is. It's just it's like the hail of soups. It's like, all right, soup. I see what you doing. We ride here. It's just that kind of soup, you know. It's thickened up, baby. It's like soup got a BBL, baby. That's chili. And so I stopped by a little, they had a small chili tent cook-off area. And they had 4 vendors or something in there. Just ladling booty gas edibles into small bowls for people. And so I get up there and I got me some chili, and they had one place they were saying we got all the fixings, toppings, and this and that. You know, you could put anything on that bitch. You could put cheese, onions, a little bit of GHB, and they one place was offering. But I just said, hey, do you have pickles? And the guy this guy looked at me. I mean, this dude, he was stirring this big pot of chili. He was just a damn chili witch, you know? And he was just stirring a big cauldron of fucking booty goop, you know? And I said, yeah, do you have any pickles for it? And he's like, You want pickles on your chili? And I was like, yeah, that's what that's what I like. I like putting just pickles on there. And he's like, you want pickles on your chili? Fucking dude. And it was like he couldn't understand. I was like, yes, sir. And he's like, you want pickles? You want pickles on your chili? He couldn't handle it, man. The dude couldn't handle it. So I guess the moral of that story, you want pickles on your chili? I don't know what the moral of that story is, dude. Who gives a dang? The moral of the story is sometimes you want things that people can't give you. I think maybe that's the moral of the story. I got this shirt on. This is a beautiful, beautiful shirt. This was given to me by the Bronx Fire Department, baby. Engine 43, son. Quattro Dos, baby. QD in the house. I'll tell you what happened. So I was walking down the street. I'd broken my toe, right? And so when you break your toe, you suddenly you see everything a lot clearer because you can't go fast. So you go very slow. You ever see that guy that's crossing the crosswalk like backwards in a wheelchair by himself? And you're like, Jesus, dude. You know, you pray for him, but you're also a little bit pissed, you know? You're like, dear God, help this motherfucker, hurry up. Well, dude, when you break your toe, you go slower than that dude. He is the hare, you are the tortoise. You go slower than that dude. So I'm in New York City. I'm walking around and, you know, and I just broken my toe probably 48 hours before. And so that bitch was big and dark. And you could feel it had a little bit of heartbeat of its own, like it had a damn bass track running through it. And I'm wearing some Hey Dudes that I have that, cause it's just easy to get in and out of them, the shoes. And anyway, you're just slowly going everywhere. So you start meeting people and people are saying stuff at you and yelling, hey, Theo, I love their podcast. Get out the street. Just different, just New York hellos, and I'm walking past this one spot and this guy comes up and he's like, hey, you want to, and he'd been drinking and he was Italian or he was like fast Polish, or Polish or he was either Polish or slow Italian. One of the, you know what I'm saying? He was in that cross. And he's like, come on, hey. He's like, my cousin Jeremy just got promoted to whatever the top of the fire department, like lead arsonist or whatever. So he brings me, there's just a door. We go inside and it's a huge, it's like everybody's like, hey, you want some fire? It's like a fire department party. And I think this guy, Jeremy or something, had just won like hose of the month or whatever. Like, I think whoever's got the most PSI coming out of him, they give him, he'd done something, it was an achievement for him. So all of his buddies are there and everybody, they're toasting and cheering and fucking like, hey, look at this motherfucker, And they're like, hey, if you ever have a fire, here's my number. Like, dude, if there's a fire, I'm not looking through my phone if there's a fire, and I'm going to call Antonio up, in the South Bronx. I'm calling the fire department. So they're just like, and then they gave me this shirt that we took some photos and they're like, cheers, and then offer me, they're like, hey, you want some matches, motherfucker? Keep us in business, keep us in business. They gave me like an 8-pack of matches, those like the cool looking, the old school, like regular looking matchbooks. They gave me this shirt, they're like, hey, it's flammable. But yeah, it was just like a great experience. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the fire departments out there. Congratulations to the guy that got the promotion. I dated a girl in junior high school. Her dad, great guy, threatened to kill me once, but outside of that, awesome. He was a fire chief, and we used to go over there and watch him eat hot dogs and shit. And this was before a lot of firemen are getting in shape and stuff. Now, this is back when they were just over there just snorting Oscar Mayers and shit and just squirting ketchup on each other's backs, And just basically just gambling, a lot of them. But anyway, I'm not sure what I'm talking about, what I'm rambling about. But that was the first time at her dad's fire department that I ever had chili in my life, that I ever had it. Somebody served it. I didn't know what it was. I had a little bit of it, and then I'd had it. That's how that all works. But you won't pick around the chili. You won't pick around the chili. What else has been going on? Thank you to the people that have come out to the shows recently. We've done some dates. We went up to the Pacific Northwest. That was really amazing up there. So just the way the buildings are, the people, everybody, a lot of people, they look clean up there because it rains so much. You just get cleaned, even if you're just not even, if you're dirty. Yeah, we did a huge show in Seattle. That was amazing. I think it maybe was too many people. I know that sounds like I'm grateful everybody came, but I just never been in a venue, and it was a big venue, right? And I just felt a little bad, like maybe the people, like some of the seats, it was hard to hear. I don't know. I think some of that's just a fear of mine, but I don't think that we will do that again. But it's just a learning curve. And yeah, we had a nice time there, though. I got to see my ex-girlfriend. We got to go to the fish market. Dude, you go to the fish market. I'd never been to Seattle Fish Fair or whatever. It's like a little circus or whatever that they have every day. And people come, there's dead fish, and you can look at them, right? And you can eat them. You know, it's pretty Neanderthalic in a way. But so anyway, we go, and Amir K, that's a guy that's touring with me, a great comedian. He like points at the guys running the fish fair. And so next thing you know, they do a thing where somebody throws a fish and somebody catches a fish. And so they let me catch the fish, and I fucking, one toss, one kill, homie. I gripped that bitch. And yeah, it was awesome. I didn't know you're not supposed to spike it after you catch it. So that was, I think, frowned upon or whatever, but I didn't know that. And I'd been watching too many of those Gronk commercials or whatever. Anyway, I'm rambling. What else is going on? Let's get into the episode. How about that? We got a bunch of calls that came in from you guys, and I'm going to focus on those today. I got one story. I went to the Grand Ole Opry's 100th anniversary. I'm going to talk about that. And we're going to speak to a miracle today. A gentleman named Matt up there in Canada, Calgary. He's up there, and he's a miracle. And we're going to get to have a moment with him. Let's go. Thank you for joining us.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountaintops down to the deepest shadows. You like pickles on your chili. You like pickles on your chili. You like pickles on your chili.
Yeah, my mother came in town for my birthday. Actually, it was last week, and we thank you if you're wishing me a happy birthday in your head, and if you're not, and you're just like, dude, keep talking, that's fine. She came in, and they had the 100th anniversary at the Grand Ole Opry, and my mom likes country music, and she likes older country music. And Blake Shelton was hosting the event, and Jelly Roll was going to perform. And my mom likes both of them. And so I was like, oh, well, that would be fun for my birthday. I'll see if mom wants to come in, and then we'll go. And so she came in, and we went. And what was it like? We got dressed up, kind of. I didn't do a good job of it. What I wanted to wear didn't really fit once I put it on, and so it was just, I just had to change it and wore a jacket, actually, that somebody had thrown on stage in Montana to a comedy show. I wore that. But yeah, we went over there, and it was nice. Who performed? Oh, Alison Krauss performed, and I mean, she has the voice of the evening that I heard. A lot of great voices in there, but my God, that was just exceptional. Clint Black, we got to listen to. Who's that other guy? But Don't Rock, Alan Jackson. It was awesome, man. We got to sit there and listen to some music together, and there was kind of a point in, like, there was one point we were sitting there, and this is kind of, I guess, a childish thought or whatever, but I was like, I kind of wish my mom would give me a little hug or hold my hand or something. I know that sounds crazy to say. I don't mean like hold my hand, but just kind of squeeze my hand. Just something, like we don't see each other that much. And I don't know, this sounds crazy to say this kind of, I guess, but I've said a lot of weird shit over the years. I was thinking, man, it'd be nice if she gave me some sentimental but physical sign of affection. That's what I was thinking, right? And so I'm sitting there next to her, and then I just reached over and grabbed my mom's hand. That's what I did. And then we were just kind of held hands for maybe 30 seconds or something, you know? Just put my hand on top of hers, let her know that I care. And it was just something like, for me, like a moment like that is interesting because a lot of my life I would just sit there and be like, man, I wish there was this moment of affection, but I wish somebody else would do it, right? Or I'm upset that they're not doing it, you know? And then I just did it. I just reached over and, yeah, my mom's an older lady, you know? And at some point I got to be, no, that's not it. I don't have to, but I don't know. It was just like, well, if I want this, I can also get it for myself, you know? And it really had the same effect. Once I got over the fact of like, oh, I wish they would show the affection first, or I wish they would do the action to be the person providing the affection, which is probably what I thought of a lot when I was a child. But then this time I just reached and I just put my hand on my mom's hand, you know, because she's getting older. She's not the child now, but she's, you know, just where we're at in our lives, things are kind of even. And it still had the same outcome for me. It made me feel, okay, the second I got over that little moment of kind of jealousy or wishing, or not jealousy, but like wishing somebody else had started the action. The second I got over that, I just had a nice moment where I got to sit there and just be with my mother and watch country music, which is something that we both enjoy doing. And something that's important to me in my life, you know, to have moments with my mother where we're doing something that we like to do and we're doing it together, you know. So I don't know if that sounds weird or whatever. I honestly, man, I don't care if it sounds weird, you know. I really don't. Part of me does still, but I think the part of me that needs those type of moments is like, hey, man, finally you're trying to meet just the universe, how you're taking some direction to do something for how you feel, you know? Instead of just, because I always in my life have been caught in this moment like, God, I wish they would do this. I wish this. I wish this. And so I don't know, that was just kind of an interesting moment for me. And then I put my arm around my mom's shoulder and just like, yeah, like she was, you know, like she was, you know, my mom, and we were just having a nice time. And once I did that, I was getting I was getting what I wanted out of the moment. You know, and I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't have made an effort. I'm not trying to say, hey, look at me. I'm just trying to say, like, for so long, I've always been the person, and I still am a lot of times, but this time I wasn't, where I'm like, man, I wish somebody would do this so that I would be able to have a certain type of moment right now, or so that to show me that they care. And I didn't really realize that if I do it myself, I can still get some of that same result. So I don't know if that makes a lot of sense or not, but, and yeah, just, I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes you know, you may only want, you know, sometimes you got to put your own pickles in the chili. You know, that's what I'm saying, I think. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but sometimes if you want pickles in the chili and that's the only way you're going to have the chili, sometimes you gotta bring the pickles, man, because sometimes the world just serves chili. So I don't know, but yeah, I want to speak that out loud too, because, you know, it's just important to me that I start to live in a place in my life where, where I just don't let that uncomfortable moment of like, man, I wish they would do this, so this could be the outcome, where I don't let that prevent me from, even if I'm upset at them or whatever, that I don't let that prevent me from maybe trying to take the action myself. I don't know. I know that doesn't apply to everything, but anyway, enough about me, man. Enough about me. We got a lot of great calls that have come in today, and I want to get to some of those. And again, I do want to apologize that we haven't gotten to do these type of episodes a lot. I think about this all the time, you know, and I think that it's important, and sometimes it's just been tough. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it's been tough. And then, you know, you also have the opportunity to talk to guests, and you're like, man, I'd love to talk with this person. And so you just try to balance it. So just bear with me. I just want to let you know that this community is important to me. And I'm trying to fine tune some things in my life a little bit better, so things are more organized. So I'm able to spend my energy where I would like to be able to spend it. Anyway, I know I don't need to say that, but I just want you to know that. All right, we have some calls that came in, and thank you guys for continuing to hit the hotline. As always, the number is 985-664-9503. And we got a call right here. Here we go.
Hey, Theo. My name is actually Theo as well.
Oh, hello, Theo. Good to meet the others. Onward.
I got a situation here. I've been talking to this girl for like 2 years, and it turns out I got her pregnant. After that all happened, the word got around, and somehow it turns out that she's my first cousin. Any advice would help, and thank you so much.
Wow, dang, brother. That's you're gonna be raising a dang lizard, homie. You can't wow, brother, good golly. That's like shooting fish in a family or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked at a chart recently. I don't know the genetic legalities of that. But I mean, they say, you know, don't pee where, or don't eat where you, or don't piss where your family is, or whatever that old saying is, dude. I feel like you've gone past that at this point, and God, that thing's gonna have. You're gonna need, you're gonna need a farrier to come and put shoes on that thing. I'm just chirping you, dude. I feel you. It's having a child with a cousin. I think, at the very least, it's gonna need glasses. That thing is going to need bifocals, brother. You know, I mean, you're just playing Russian roulette with your DNA right there. But at the same time, man, I don't want to scare you, you know, and I do believe, I'm kind of chirping you there still, but I believe that everything is going to be fine. You know, I believe that everything is going to be fine. I think monitor the child's gestation closely, make sure it's tracking, you know, make sure that it has everything it needs, because it is, bring it up. Can you have a child with your cousin or not? That's just a poll. That says 40% say yes. But do you have any information on that? Oh, I should look it up. Who the hell am I even talking to? Dear God, out of my mind today. Can you have a child with one cousin? Ooh, yes, it is physically possible for first cousins to have children, but it is important to understand that such relationships carry a slightly elevated risk of genetic disorders compared to unrelated parents, brother. So I'm just saying, not everybody, some people like things different, some people like pickles on their jelly. You feel me? So it's, I think you got to make sure that when that baby, right out the gate, put that baby on a damn, let some other people look at it and sign off on that bastard right out the gate, homie. And definitely I would make sure it doesn't stand straight up when the moon is full and shit like that when it's real young. I'd keep tabs on it. I'd hit a couple high notes near it on the instrument and see if it fucking see if its eyes turn red or anything. But you're just going to have to keep tabs on it because that's risky. And look, a lot of people have good-looking cousins, let's say that. But not a lot of them are as brave as you, brother. So, yeah, I would just stay conscious of that and recognize you have an at-risk child, hire a night nurse or lifeguard or whatever you got to get. Sometimes lifeguards they'll work overnight. They're cheaper. They know CPR. They don't know a lot of the shit that the nannies know, but they're still there. Got a whistle. So, yeah, I think just stay safe, brother. And I would back off that type of behavior. You know, if you win this round of DNA roulette, brother, I'd leave the rest of the bullets in the chamber, baby, when it comes to family. Let's take another call here. And thank you to the last fella, Theo, actually. Dear God. I didn't even realize that. Man. And look, hey, bud, I can't tell you, to be honest with you, if I'd had a really good-looking cousin. TBD, homie. So, the Lord don't give you what you can't handle, you know? But I'm just saying, yeah, just get out, you know. Just meet somebody else. Meet somebody. You know, because if you're dating your cousin, you're not even getting out there. You're not even getting out there. But maybe you're getting married to your cousin. I don't look, brother. I don't know. I would ask probably a state official or somebody. I would ask a pastor about this one. But yeah, let's get back to this call that came in.
Hey, Theo. I'm in welding school right now.
Well, you're in welding school. That's a good school. And I had a family member who started a welding school. It's a good business. Onward.
And I hate that shit. Like, I genuinely hate that shit. And so I've always said my backup option is the military. And I'm at the point where I'm about to head down to the recruiter's office in the coming weeks, possibly. But I just wanted to know what you think I should do, because I hate welding, but I don't know if I want to sign away 4 years of my life. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm 18, so I'm young, and I could get out after 4 years and still not even be 23. But I don't know. It's just like I don't know what to do. Should I stick with welding school and hate my life for the next few months or the next year and a half? Or should I quit that and go into the military and then get a bunch of free shit and a bunch of discounts for the rest of my life?
Amen, brother. Thank you for asking and just for reaching out. Yeah, it's a good, this is a great question, because you're like, do I do a trade or do I go into the military? And especially, you mentioned one thing, go into the military and you get discounts. Like, I wouldn't go into the military just because you're going to get 15% off at Long John Silver's or whatever. That's not a reason to go into the military for 4 years just so you can get, free left shoes at DSW shoes or whatever, or 11% off of cheesy biscuits over there at Red Lobsters. That's not. I would take that out of the equation. And I would just look at, do you like welding? You're saying you don't like it. But do you not like the school part of it? If you don't like this, I would find out, what don't I like? Because that's sometimes we say that. I was like, I hate this. But what really do I hate about it? Do you hate that you're in school for it right now? Do you hate that you're having to learn it? Do you hate that you have to get up at certain hours to go learn it? Because you may love welding, you may not be being at class at 8 a.m. And I'm not saying those things. I'm just asking you or suggesting that you think, try to figure out, well, what don't I like about it? Because sometimes I'll just be like, man, I hate that shit. But I never really look at, well, why do I hate it? And then I might realize I don't really hate that. I hate this other thing that comes with that. But I do believe that if you get into a trade that you do not like, that you won't enjoy it. And I do believe that there's things out there that we can all do that we would enjoy doing. I believe that there's so many things. So, Yeah, I would take a look at that, man. I would take a look and just decide if you do not like welding and military is your backup, I think the military is a great idea. You know, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially at your age. I wished I'd have gone in the military. I spent a lot of time just sitting around, just trying to lick my own dick or whatever, or, buying binoculars and shit and just fucking not doing shit or whatever, being a fucking shitty neighbor or whatever, pervert. But if you go in the military now, yeah, you're out in 4 years and you probably have a lot of skills. It'll probably help you get up early, stay in shape, all these things that are going to really help shape the rest of your life, right? Now, some people may have went to the military and say, Theo, you know what the fuck you're talking about, fucking honky, you little fucking queer, you little gun pussy or whatever. That's fine. They can say those things. And I haven't been. But for you, you're saying that that's what you've thought of as your backup option, Now, you might, I don't know how long the military will be there, depending on what they keep having our military carry out and the different actions that they have them do. But I think it's an honorable thing. I have a ton of respect for our military, and I don't think you would go wrong with that choice. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, And if you went in there, you'd probably make a lot of great friends, and you'd learn things about yourself that you like and don't, and then you'd be done. And you're right, you'd only be 22 and a half years old, 23 years old. You have so much time. There's so much time. Man, I wasted a lot of time. And one of the things I wish I'd done as a military, just because I think you don't also get those moments of camaraderie where you get to be around a bunch of other guys, So those are just my thoughts. Recognize I have never been in the military, but I do think you have time to do that and do countless other things. And if you don't like welding, you don't like it, then maybe it is time for a backup trade to try or a backup option. What else is going on?
Theo, I'm a girl, and I like girls. I had a girlfriend for a while, and recently I found out that...
Okay, so you're a girl, you like girls, and, okay, carry on.
And recently I found out that my mom's gay, too. So now, I don't know if I'm gay anymore.
Oh, big facts, sister. Okay. Oh, once our parents start doing something, we don't want to do it anymore. So I think that all checks out. I think you're good. I think just trust your instincts a little.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure.
Here we got a call. Let's hear this one.
Sometimes you land on hard times, man, and you just trying to get, food to eat and a place to sleep or whatever. And I'm like, I got a 5-gallon bucket of pickles. And I'm stealing bananas from the 7-Eleven, man. I'm going in there and I'm pocketing these fucking bananas from the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, and those are free.
How long can I last? Is what I'm thinking. I was just like, could I last 2 months on a 5-gallon bucket of pickles and stealing bananas from 7-Eleven? Because I'm eating bananas and pickles, and that's all I'm fucking eating. That's all I got to eat, man. That's all I got to live upon. Live upon, man!
Yeah, motherfucker. BLM, dude. Look, yeah, if life gives you pickles and bananas, bitch, mix them bitches. Okay? Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, there's only so long you can be trapped somewhere with pickles and bananas and not put them bitches together, dude. Make some banickles, homie. You feel me? So, look, some picknanas, homie. I think that all checks out, brother. So I don't think there's any shame in it. You can always, once you get your feet back under you, go back to that 7-Eleven and give them money for those bananas. Let's hear a little more.
The world is a cruel place. The world is a cruel fucking place, man. And I realize that, man, when you eating pickles and bananas just to survive.
You like pickles on your bananas, boy? Huh? You like pickles on your bananas? You like pickles on your bananas?
Well, it blows my fucking mind that we can give so much foreign aid to places when we have people who are eating fucking pickles and bananas. Actually, pickles and bananas are pretty good, so that's not what I mean. But yeah, you would think we'd be able to help our own people that are starving first over here. That's just kind of how I feel. I'm kind of an American. I'm a North America first kind of guy, I guess, because that's us and our neighbors. But what the fuck do I know? But yeah, man, honestly, you sound pretty healthy. You sound like you're doing pretty good. You're able to hit a couple of high notes, dude. I think you're fine. I'd join a church choir, have somebody make some TikToks, see if you can start selling tickets on the road, brother. You're going to be fine. But yeah, sometimes we all get in tough moments. Trying to think of something where I was kind of down to my last dime. Oh, I do remember I'd get that block of damn hamburger meat. That bitch came in a missile. That bitch, they dropped that bitch off a C-130. That thing, you know what I'm talking about? It's shaped like both ends are kind of a wiener, kind of like the front end of a wiener. God, that thing was heavy. You had to carry it out like this, you know? And sometimes I'd mix it up by the damn Duraflame logs and actually put that bitch in there and just cook that bitch and having to spoon it out the fire to eat it.